looking like we are alive. Hey, Michael Goldsmith. Hey, what's up, buddy? I was just deep in thought there for a second. Kind of lost myself. It's kind of funny. Just thinking about some shit that's not important. Are there any special characters in the yes. YouTube won't let me use hashtags in the YouTube won't let me use hashtags in the titles, so that's why my YouTube titles didn't go through today. Okay, they're good over there at Restream for telling me that. They're like, "Did you use some special character?" I'm like, "Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, I did." I can't bring that damn. Okay, that should work. Okay, hello and good morning, Michael, Karsten. Hey, Karsten, K&M, THC Squad, yo, Gio, Steven, Razor, Mackenzie, Corrado, like from Sopranos. Mackenzie, Corrado, Trendy Mafia, what? James McGill, Enoch, what's up, son? You got me on 65, because I'm real big. I'm a big, big man. Okay, let's see if we can move this microphone in. Somebody, I think it was Jinmin, said he couldn't hear me the other day, so I turned up the volume a little bit, but I just want to make sure that these microphones are picking up every important word that I speak. Mackenzie, Philip Palazzolo, Trendy Mafia, what? Stephen Running on Pac-Man, they won't show hashtags. There you go. Yeah, YouTube is being weird, so whatever. Whatever, that's weird, man. Hashtag is how you find something on the internet. Why would you block a hashtag in the title of a video, YouTube? You guys just every day, you guys make a decision that completely shows people like me how stupid you idiots and how moronic you fucksticks really are. It did indeed. F what YouTube, I said. F YouTube, man. You're a giant. That's cool, Enoch. Jealous. Morning, Billy. Eh? What's up, buddy? Larry. Hello, Larry. Well, Billy came in. Lance. Hello, Lance. Steve Running. Okay, cool. We got y'all. Want to say hello to all my friends. Good morning. Good morning. See a little cat action back there in the back. All right, Debbie. Hello. Hello. You guys should be getting. Some of you will be getting your hoodies tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that. Let me plug my cell phone in. I think it's really important that that you guys pay attention to today's show. It's going to be a very important message. You know, we need to talk about the mainstream media and all of the people that I tell you to go watch. You know, I tell you to watch Jimmy Dore. I got the list here, right? We'll just read through it. Here it is. Jordan Sheridan, Michael Brooks, Ron Placone, Lee Camp, Jimmy Dore, Kyle Klinsky, John Oliver, Stephen Colbert, and Joe Rogan. And now I can't really mention all of them because they aren't all doing the exact same thing. But a lot of those people spend a lot of time attacking Donald Trump. And my philosophy is, the more you speak about Trump, it doesn't matter whether you're saying positive or negative stuff. That's time that you could be spending talking about Bernie Sanders. So every single pundit that I watched almost is putting up nonstop Trump bashing, impeachment, Trump lied about this, Trump said that, blah, 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 blah. And meanwhile, they're taking all the oxygen out of the room and we're not hearing about Bernie Sanders. So this is my solution to that problem, okay? To all of these guys and gals that are out there talking about Trump nonstop, let them know that you know what you've become? You've become the MSM. And go ahead and hashtag them MSM. That means mainstream media, like CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC, all of those news corporations. Okay, that when Bernie Sanders was speaking during the election in 2016, when they were running off, they were showing empty Trump podiums. They weren't showing anything about Bernie Sanders. And Bernie would be speaking, and Trump wouldn't be even there yet. But the cameras would be on the empty Trump podiums while Bernie's literally speaking. Okay, no, let's fast forward 2.5 years to today. And now we have a hey, no. Now we have our pundits that we like to watch, right? David Pakman, Kyle Klinsky, and all these guys. And they are talking about Trump. Michael Signorelli, Michelangelo Signorelli, Dean Abidallah. These are great people. I need to add them on here, too, on this list. M. Signorelli. And Dean Abidallah. Okay, they need to be on there. So understand that the same people that in 2016 were saying all the mainstream media is doing is showing empty Trump podiums, they're now doing the exact same thing. All they're doing is they're talking about Donald Trump. They're not mentioning Bernie for the most part. Why? Maybe because they feel like talking about Donald Trump gets them more views, and they're more concerned about getting more views than supporting Bernie Sanders. So this is what I want you to do. This is the solution to that problem. I want you all to get Twitter accounts. All of you. Okay? Get on Twitter. Okay? Follow all these people and more. Political pundits, whoever. Anytime they put up something negative about Donald Trump, say, yeah, I see where you're coming from, but why aren't you reporting on Bernie Sanders? The more you talk about Donald Trump is the less that you talk about Bernie Sanders. Back Bernie now. Empty Trump podiums. This is all you're doing. You're doing the exact same thing, and yet because you're doing it, they see no fault in it because it's them. Oh, no, well, Donald Trump did this, and I got to tell him, I'm not supposed to report on what Donald Trump does? Yeah. You're not supposed to report on what Donald Trump does. That's exactly right. You're supposed to ignore his bullshit and talk about the good that Bernie Sanders can do, not the bad that Donald Trump's doing. You're just mentioning his name. You're just putting his name up in lights more. So if you all are sick of that bullshit as much as I am and you want to do something, you can help simply by hashtagging empty Trump podiums anytime you see somebody just talking about, wasting an opportunity to talk about Bernie Sanders and his platform, but instead talking about what the bad that Donald Trump is doing. We know. Trust me. We know. Everybody knows. You can stop reporting on it now. Everybody already knows what Donald Trump is about. We've all already made up our minds whether we're going to support him or not. So talking about it at this point is pointless. You're not winning anybody over. Does it make sense? Of course it makes sense. That's why I brought it to the table this morning and sat it down in front of you. because I knew you guys would get something out of this. And if you're sick of the path that the United States is taking and you want to have some kind of an active role in making that change, go get yourself a Twitter account. That's all. Go open up a Twitter account. Start tweeting. Start becoming part of the conversation. Start retweeting. Start adding support and power to the things that you agree with by being that extra tweet, by being that extra retweet, by being that extra comment, by being that extra like. And let me tell you, when I'm scrolling through Twitter and I see, wow, this has 3,000 likes, I'm going to look at it. Why? Because 3,000 other people agreed with it. So that's going to interest me. There is power through numbers, guys. And if you will be like Karsten, if everyone here would be like Karsten, and you guys would all get on Twitter and start retweeting me and start retweeting me at all of these people. When you see me tweet at people, you retweet me at those same people. You don't just retweet it. You write it, you retweet it with a comment, and you send it to them again. And you keep doing it until one of these people, just one of them, will recognize the message. Just one of them. It would be great. You get one person on board, and all of a sudden, it open up the floodgates. But we can't even get our foot in the door. So, if you feel that that's an important message, hey, Jinmin, if you feel like that's an important message and you want to help, it's free to go to twitter.com, register an account. Once again, all you need is an email address. It's free. Download the app on your phone. It's free on your phone, Twitter, and you can start joining in the conversation. And while you're there, join in my conversation too. Trendyasdabbers at Twitter, please. If you're going to be on Twitter, come on over to my page and start helping me out, because I think I'm putting things out there that you would like said. You might not be saying those things, but maybe you didn't think of them. But goddammit, I thought of it. And if you want more people to hear that message, then you can help. And all you got to do is hop on Twitter and hit that little square arrow. The little square arrows is the retweet. And hit retweet with a message and aim those out on and direct them out to the right people by putting at, Guy McPherson, at Sarah Silverman, somebody who might fucking listen and retweet one of my tweets. That's what we need. Just one big person out there to agree with me and go, whoa, that guy's right. I'm going to retweet that. And then all of a sudden, millions of people will see the message. But it's not going to happen, me doing it on my own. I'm just some crazy motherfucker ranting, and they think it's all based on bullshit. No one realizes, if they don't know me and they don't watch my show, when I'm on the internet and I'm blah, 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 and they don't realize that, man, this guy's, everything he says is backed up with facts. And people try to argue with me and stuff, and I'll be like, nah, blah, blah, and they'll shut up after a while because they realize, oh, that guy really knew what he was talking about. I thought I was going to get him on a cherry-picked technicality, and he blew me right out of the fucking water. Yeah, I do that every day, and you guys could be there supporting me and helping me do that. Getting that message out there. It's so important, man. There's so many things that need to be said. There's so many things that need to be heard. And you can help get that message out there, guys. So make that decision today. Download Twitter today. Download the fucking app today. Register an account today. If you've been putting it off, do it today. Because you're just wasting time. Just like David Pakman and Kyle Kalinske and, all of these motherfuckers that are tweeting about Trump. They're just wasting it. And it's almost like when you're watching a football game, and I hate fucking sports, but this is a good sports analogy. You're watching a football game, and your team is down by like 5 points. All they need is a fucking touchdown. And you're watching the game, and the quarterback goes back, and you're thinking to yourself, man, if he does that same thing again and gets a fumble, we're fucked. And sure enough, he throws the ball to the same guy. The other team fucking reads the play. They fucking hit the guy right as he's catching the ball. He fumbles it, and here we are. Fumbled ball. That's where we are. It's too late. Ball's fumbled. Now what are you going to do? Well, you better fucking hope that your team recovers that ball and runs it into the end zone because there's not enough time left, right? Do you really want to be sitting in that position? How bad does that suck? Well, that's where we are. That's where we are right now. You know, you want that quarterback to run that same play where they're going to fumble it again? Or do you want to do something about it? Do you want to say something about it? Do you want to make a difference? Do you want to reach more people? Do you want more support? A lot of us spend a lot of time sitting on our asses getting absolutely nothing done. Hey, man, these are things that I think are important. And if you like me, then support me. I don't care whether you think that it's important or not. Trust my opinion. When I say, yeah, it's important. This is an important thing. You know, you will save lives. And I know that sounds crazy, but do you think that people die of hunger in the United States of America? Yeah, goddamn right they do. Yeah, goddamn right. People die in this country of hunger. And what did the President of the United States do? He took away all the money from all the programs that feed the hungry, and he gave it to people like me, the wealthy, that don't fucking need it. And I'm here to tell you, stop! Wake up. Start doing something about it. You know? Become a part of this conversation, guys. You know, I see there's a few of you out there that really do it. There's a few of you, but not a lot of you. And I know you guys are going through the motions for me. And I can tell when you're doing that, and I appreciate that. But man, I'm doing this because I want you guys to learn, and I want you guys to be better people. I want you to improve your lives. I want you to be more educated, and I want you to understand the mechanics of why we are where we are today. And it's just because so many of us are willing to sit around with our arms folded and let shit happen. That's why we're where we are today. You know, if you didn't support Bernie Sanders in 2016, that's why we are where we are. That's why we're disrespected all over the world. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal to most of us. I know. It's not, so the world hates us. Big fucking deal. We're the best country in the world. Who fucking cares what everybody thinks about us? I kind of do. I kind of do. You know, it's like there's an Olympic race, you know, and there's a bunch of guys, and you got Bolt, you know, and he's running, and you know he's gonna fucking win, and he's out in front, and he fucking gets the tape, and he's the champion, and all the other runners are exhausted, and they're sweating, and they're dirty, and this motherfucking Bolt, man, he's up there, he's holding the fucking trophy, because he's number one, and he looks at all the other runners and go, you guys all suck. We're the best. I'm the fastest runner, and you guys couldn't do shit. You'll never be as good as me, and you might as well give up right now. Well, let me tell you something. That's what Donald Trump is doing to the rest of the world, guys. It's what he's doing to our homeless. That's what he's doing to the hungry. And that's what he's doing to the people that are most in need, people who can't work for themselves, people who can't fight for themselves. And I'm sick of it. And I hope that you're getting sick of it too. Even if you're fucking stacking up fucking stacks of cash like I am, I really hope that you care enough about people, other people, that you'll make that decision to change your mind about supporting this jack fuck. You know? Not for you. It's not for you. You know? It's for people that can really use the help. It's not for me. You know? Like I said, most of you don't give a fuck that we're being misrepresented all over the world. You don't even know we are. A lot of you don't even watch the news. You have no idea what Donald Trump just did at fucking NATO. You have no idea. Yeah, he fucking stormed out like a fucking 2-year-old because all the other nation leaders were laughing at him right to his face. And he walked out of there denying it. He's like, we had the best meeting ever and everybody loves me and that's why I'm leaving 2 days early. What? Dude, they laughed you out of there. It's like you got booed off stage. And you're sitting there saying, no, they were saying, boo, because boo, you're fucking awesome. Boom, you're blowing it up, you know, or whatever. Make something up. It's like he hears, they say boo. It makes sense? Does that even make sense? Does it make sense to any of you guys? Hey, Gene Jr., if you're not listening to the conversation, just let me know and I'll block you, bro. If you're not into this, I can just block you. All right? Let me know. Right, Anthony? Anthony Reyes. Right? He gets it. Yeah, for those of you guys that are joining in this conversation, when I started it and I said, pay attention, you're going to want to hear this. Thank you. And for those of you that are fucking sitting there trying to tell me what the fuck to do, shut the fuck up. Can you not see I'm having a conversation here, dude? Shut the fuck up. You don't run this show. When you say some shit like that, you know what that tells me? You're not interested in what I'm saying. You don't give a fuck. So just get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to the other people that are actually interested in this. So let's move on, guys. Let's move on to the pine beetle, because that's what's next. So on Twitter, somebody put up a tweet response with some studies, some cherry-picked studies that show, oh, look, this polar ice cap is putting on ice. Or, look, this section of the world is cooling off. Or, look, these CO2 levels say from this time to this time, it's cooling off. Or way back hundreds of thousands of years, CO2 levels were higher. And blah, 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 blah. And what they're doing is oh, thanks, Karsten. Good. Well, then I'll keep talking. What they're doing is they're cherry picking information. Okay? So let's say that you're in a swimming pool. And it's not a big pool. Okay, let's just say you're in a small backyard pool. And there's somebody with their kids over on the other side of the pool. And they're like, my kid just shit in the pool. You might want to get out of the pool. And you're like, I'm fine. The water right here is fine. There's no shit around me. Oh, but there's shit floating in that pool. There's baby shit floating around in that pool. And you're just swimming in it. You're bathing in it. That's you. That's a climate change denier. Because the shit's not right there next to you in the pool, you think that the water's fine. Well, let me tell you something. It's just a matter of time before the rest of you realize what's going on. And if you weren't so scared of the truth, you'd research the pine beetle. Because the pine beetle is the definitive proof that the globe is warming to the point that it's destroying everything on it, us included. The pine beetle is the proof. That's verifiable. You can literally go out, just like Thunderfoot did, and you can go see it for yourselves. Dean Shepler did it too, and I've done it too. You can literally drive around and look at pine beetle damage. And you might be asking yourselves, these trees are 100 years old. They're literally 100 feet tall. How the fuck suddenly are pine beetles able to destroy trees that have every year after year after year after year after year for 100 years or more, they've been able to withstand the pine beetle attacks. But now all of a sudden a 100-year-old tree is falling over, riddled with holes from the pine beetle. You gotta wonder why that is, and the answer is simple. For in the past, throughout the years, you get a pine beetle attack, and then you get the winter. And the winter kills all the pine beetles, and the trees have time. They get water from the rains, and they have time to repair the damage from the pine beetles, and they keep growing. And this has been going on for centuries. But now that we're here, and we've industrialized this planet, and we've heated it up, okay? The summers are getting longer, the winters are getting shorter, the temperature's getting warmer. What does that mean? It means when the pine beetles are supposed to be dying, they're not getting killed. They're staying in those trees and they're destroying them until the next season when they're able to get a foothold on those trees and take them down completely. And that is what's going on all around the country. And I heard it's even happening in Canada now. Does anybody understand the pine beetle? Anybody know about the pine beetle? You understand what the pine beetle is? Hashtag pine beetle. It's definitive proof that the globe is warming now, warmer than it ever has since humans have been on it. Now, some douchebag on Twitter is going to want to pull up some kind of a chart that shows that CO2 levels were higher, thousands of years before human beings were even on the planet. Well, the CO2 levels were higher then. It proves what? What does that prove? Does that prove that the pine beetles are not going to take the forests down? because it doesn't. What happened hundreds of thousands of years ago, because the planet was different, has nothing to do with what we're doing to it today. And my biggest problem with climate change deniers is that they refuse to look at the hashtag pine beetle. They refuse to. Because if you look at the hashtag pine beetle, all of a sudden, all of your bets are off. Everything that you staked your claims on is completely fallen out. It's just like a flat earther when you say, well, satellites? How do satellites work then? That go around the planet. In orbit around the planet. How does that work? Oh, they won't talk. A flat earther won't talk to you about satellites. Satellites aren't real. They're not. They're only 1 mile up. What? Same stupidity, the same level of ignorance. And yet that is the trump card for both of those arguments. Satellites, pine beetle. You have no argument. You're just a fucking moron. Why? Because you refuse to look at facts. Simple facts that are available to all of us. I mean, you could go out in your yard. You could literally go see the pine beetle attacks outside. You know? You can watch the satellites going across the sky at night. What more proof do you need? So understand that if you guys are sick of the ignorance and you're sick of the stupidity, there is something you can do about it. If you want to, there is something you can do about it. Get on Twitter and start having conversations with people. Instead of shutting the world out, let the world in, man. And we need to put some light on the ignorance that's out there. We really do. Because there's enough of it out there that someone like Donald Trump could be reelected again. That's how much ignorance is out in the world. No one knows if he's going to be elected again or not. Nobody really knows. It could go either way. So, I mean, if you're sick of it, if you're sick of this man making a mockery out of all of us, and that's what he's doing. He's making a mockery out of us. Ha ha ha, you elected me your leader, and now I'm bending you over and fucking you up the ass. That's all of us. Even the people especially the people that voted for Donald Trump that aren't rich. And there's plenty of them. There's a lot of poor people out there that were on government programs that realized after they voted for Donald Trump, he took those government programs away from them, from his own voters. They won't want to talk to you about that because it's embarrassing. But it's up to you to get on Twitter and start calling these people out. Shining light on this. Just so people will have a better understanding. Just so people will have, a second, third, fourth opinion. It might not change everybody's minds. I'm not expecting it to. But we might get a few fence sitters to come on over. Karsten, why are you attacking Just Stone, bro? What's that all about? I guess Karsten wasn't here the day that Just Stone came back, or what? All right, so I want you all to just take a moment today and consider what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to get a Twitter account. I'm asking you to start talking to people on Twitter. Just consider it. When I have these conversations, I do this. I don't get like this huge influx of people that are joining me on Twitter. It never works. I don't know. Maybe I'm not convincing enough. Maybe you don't like me. Maybe I'm coming off, full of myself, or whatever. And, I would love to see you guys activate. I would love to see an army of Twitters, of all of you guys getting out there and doing something. This is great. What we do here is great. 34 people sitting here right now. We're having a nice conversation. It's great. But we have to take it past this 34 people thing. You know, we have to get out of here. We have to reach more people. So I'm begging you to just consider it. Okay? I'm begging you to consider it. That's all. But I am begging you. Please. Okay? I don't know how else to approach you guys. There's no more ash trees in the UK, Billy? That's crazy. He's like, I'm sorry, I got something wrong. I guess I'm high. Right on. I'm sure Just Stone will, I'm sure he'll forgive you, Karsten. You try and retweet me every day. Teresa, do you retweet me at these people? Do you retweet me at Jordan Sheridan, at Michael Brooks, at Ron Placone, at Lee Camp, at Jimmy Dore, at, you know, you can do this in one tweet. You can copy and paste all this. At Kyle Kalinske, at John Oliver, at Steve Colbert, at Joe Rogan, at Michelangelo Signorelli, at Dean Abidallah. Are you tweeting me at those people, or are you just hitting the retweet button? Because hitting the retweet button doesn't help. I mean, it helps, but you have to hit retweet and then say add with message, and then you have to put in all of those people and tweet at them, or they're not going to see it. So you have to retweet at other people. You can't just retweet it. You know, how many Twitter followers do you have on your Twitter, Teresa? You understand how that works? It's just like me. If I tweet something, nobody, even though I've got over 1,000 followers on Twitter, nobody sees my shit because I'm what they call shadow banned. That's why I need you guys. When you retweet one of my tweets at somebody, it's going to get out there. People are actually going to see it. It's not going to be hidden like they hide my shit. Oh, you do, Teresa? Yeah, good. Well, you know what? You know what, Teresa? Let's get the whole list. Let's get the whole list, not just two people. Let's retweet it, everybody. It's like we got to throw a casting net out there. You know, we can't just drop a line in the water. So please, everybody with your casting nets, can we please do this? Your castanets. Click, 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 castanets. Jenny, these people are cowards when it comes to Assange. So is Bernie, even though I still like Bernie. These people, they're cowards. They're cowards. They're cowards when it comes to Bernie. And you're right. Bernie was a coward when it comes to Julian Assange too. I agree. He should have been more vocal about that. But you know what, Anthony? It pissed me off for about a month on Bernie Sanders, but I forgave him for that. And I'm just hoping that he does get more vocal on Julian Assange. In fact, let's see if we can find something about Bernie Sanders on Julian. Bernie Sanders on Julian Assange. Let's see what we can find. Here we go. Bernie Sanders on Julian Assange, YouTube. This was October 2nd. He refused.
Bernie, man. Hey, do it. Do you support Julian Assange?
Do I support Julian Assange?
Will you pardon him?
It's a long... I can't say just yet. It's a long discussion.
Please.
He says, I can't say just yet. It's a long discussion. That's what he said. So I will give Bernie Sanders the benefit of the doubt on this one topic of Julian Assange. You know, I agreed with Tulsi Gabbard about Julian Assange, but Tulsi supports Israel against the Palestinians, while Bernie Sanders does not. Bernie Sanders does not support the illegal occupation of Israeli settlements in Palestinian territory. That is why I support Bernie Sanders way more than Tulsi Gabbard. Okay? Does that make sense to you? Like, the Julian Assange thing, he's one man. When Julian Assange made that decision to out the United States, he knew the risk he was taking. And he took that risk knowing that there might not be people who'd bail him out. And Bernie Sanders knows that too. Now, Bernie can't throw his whole campaign away to back this guy, Julian Assange, yet. I guarantee you, if Bernie Sanders becomes president of the United States, he'll pardon Julian Assange. But he can't say it yet because so much of the MSM, the mainstream media, has come out against Julian Assange. And there's so many idiots out there that all they listen to is Rachel Maddow, or all they listen to is, Wolf Blitzer, whoever the fuck. Bernie understands that. He knows he can't speak about that yet. That's fucking politics. And that's why Bernie Sanders is a good politician. He understands how politics works. Someone like Donald Trump doesn't get it. Yeah. Bernie does not refuse to support Julian Assange, Anthony. You're misrepresenting. He did not refuse to support Julian Assange. So, Anthony, you're a fucking liar. Because you watched the same video that I just watched. You could hear what Bernie said. He said it's a long discussion and we can't have that discussion just yet. He's trying to get elected, dude. Yeah, hey, you know what, Anthony? That was Julian Assange's choice. And you know what? That's on Julian. He decided to do that, and if you come up against the United States government, the federal government, he knew. He knew what he was doing. That's not Bernie's fucking responsibility to get Julian Assange out of prison. Yeah, you can respectfully disagree, but I respectfully disagree with the fact that you want Bernie to throw his whole fucking, his campaign away for one man. For one man. You know, that one man can sit in prison for another fucking year. That one man, while you got thousands of Palestinians being brutalized by the Israelis. But you don't care about them. You only care about the one dude, right, Anthony? You only care about the one guy, Julian. Yeah, it's not respectful. You're disagreeing with me is not respectful at all. It's disrespectful. You know why? Because I'm right and you're wrong. And there's no disagreeing about this. I'm right. And you'll misrepresent Bernie and you'll lie. You will literally lie to try to make your point. Oh, he refuses to. He didn't refuse. He absolutely did not refuse to support Julian Assange. He says it's a long discussion and we can't have it right now. That's all. Julian's going to have to wait. Anthony, look at you. Dude, this makes total sense now. You're a Trump supporter, man. You know what Trump supporters, no, I'm not even going to get this guy. The problem with Trump supporter, Anthony, is you won't look at the facts. You'll just say what you've heard. Look, you're literally quoting Donald Trump. You're literally quoting the President of the United States when you say the fake whistleblower. If the whistleblower was fake, there wouldn't be impeachment proceedings, you dumbass. Let me tell you this, Anthony. You got to get out of here because I'm not going to sit here. My audience hates when I engage morons like you. You don't deserve my attention, and all of these other people do. Every single one of the people here besides you deserve my attention. Every single one of them. And you're making me ignore the good people. So, Billy says, hey, Scotty. Thank you, Gene. That's very nice of you. Billy says, sports ball pisses me off so bad, I just start adding up costs of it all, thinking about how much my dental costs. Sports ball pisses me off. Sports ball. Kicking the TV over. Sports ball. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Just no sugarcoating. Right. You just got done listening to Ron Placone on Twitter. Steve Running. America is great. Stop wasting it to idiots, says Carson. Billy, I definitely care how the world looks to our country because they have nukes too. Did you miss the top of the hour? Okay, we're way up there. Okay, Carson, Scotty, Gene, Karsten, no listening. Steve Running, always something. Billy, in parts for the past 4 years, but Trump is starting to scare me. Really, Billy? That's good to hear, man. He should be scaring you, homie. Don't think about you. Think about somebody else, not you. Okay, think about a Muslim. Think about somebody who wears a hijab, and lives in Alabama. You think you're scared? What do you think about that Muslim? You think they're fucking scared, bro? Do you think they're scared to go to the supermarket? Yeah. I'm glad that you're starting to think about it, Billy. But you know, as soon as Trump became president, my heart went out to all the people that I knew that he hated, that he was going to convince idiots like this moron that was literally just quoting Donald Trump's, the fake. What was he calling the fake whistleblower? Yeah, that's a Donald Trump quote. That's the effect that the president has on people. He says things that aren't true, and then they go and they repeat it. That's a role model. That's how a role model works. And people don't think that anybody listens to the president. Oh, he has no power over what people think. Well, there was a perfect example right here in our chat. Somebody literally just called the whistleblower, who was real, who saw that there was that Donald Trump wanted a quid pro quo with another country to try to get dirt on the Bidens. There's nothing fake about that. And yet this moron comes in here calling it, he's a fake whistleblower? It's insidious, man. That's why I can't waste my time with somebody like that. You guys are so much more worth my time than a moron like that. We have a whole section of the mountain where the pine beetles killed the tree, says Teresa. They smoking good shit. Pine beetles, perfect example. Pine beetles have hit my area hard, Billy says. They put aside budget 3 years ago to pass laws to stop it, and now they're all dead. A bunch of dead, veiny sticks in the ground. The ash are next. Look it up. They are too blind. Just seeing old trees. Justin, no one talks to you. They are blind to see. Question, have you ever had your... What? How did I miss that one? Euphonica, turn up Larry Booth. Somebody else just got blocked, guys. Woo! We got another block. Pine Beetle, turn it up. I'm sorry, I got something wrong. I guess, Justin, I'm high. Did you know all the wood used in European car interiors? Okay. Thomas Van Kirk says Cody Van Kirk. Thomas, thank you for putting someone else's name here to get someone else here, Thomas. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I try and retweet you every day. Thank you, Teresa. We need 400,000 signatures to get somewhere. Everyone more is a win. I deleted my Twitter in 2012. Right, Euphonica, make a new one. Just don't tag them. Jimmy Dore, Kyle, Klinsky. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's important. Click on all tweets. Okay, got it. Teresa, happy 420. That was 9 minutes ago. Someone write them all down and get them named. Trump is a crook. Trump, the guy who literally claimed Obama was born in Kenya. Euphonica. David Honey Sr., this is Nay's broadcast. Nay is always right. Respect. David, I love you, bro. Thanks for saying that. I know you don't mean it. I'm embarrassed to say, but I'll vote for Trump. Never again. Nick Brown, right on, buddy. Right on. I hope I had something to do with that. Sports ball. Any sport. Oh, I gotcha. I checked my tracking. Have my hoodie by tomorrow. Yes, Teresa, you will. 90% unemployment. Steve Running says. Enoch says, Nay raced. Block party week. It's a block party. Yeah. So, good. We're all caught up. I think I'm ready to do a dabby dab. What do you guys say? I wanted to get all of that out, and I want you guys to know something. Honestly, I have not smoked yet today at all. This is going to be my first use of cannabis, but I will tell you this. Last night we ate brownies, and we used the 50-50 that I usually rub on my skin. We used the 50-50 as a, as the active ingredient. And I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, and I could barely open my eyes. I got up, I peed, I got back in bed, I went right back out. I'm telling you, that 50-50 knocked me the fuck out. And it was only a tablespoon for 8 brownies. A tablespoon. That's all we had, was a tablespoon. I slept so good. Do some dabs, dude. Do some dabs, dude. We're gonna do some dabs. We're gonna do some dabbies, dude. All right, here we go. Dab, dude. We had a house guest over last night, so we had a very nice time. That's why I didn't do a show. I was entertaining. Okay, so no law regarding cannabis. Bottom of the hour. Cheers, everybody. And I want to thank every single one of you guys that came in here when I said, listen, I want to tell you guys something serious, and I want you guys to listen to me, and I want to thank all of you, even the guy that told me I missed top of the hour. I want you all to, that was Gene Jr. I want you all to know I really appreciate you guys sitting in here and listening to me. I really do. It means a lot. And whether you decide to do anything or not, I just really want you to consider it. Just think about it, okay? That's it. Just consider getting on Twitter. It's doing a lot for me, having all these conversations with people. It's helping me a lot. And it's also helping me with my research and getting my thoughts organized, so that I can better explain where I'm coming from to people. And I'm learning to be, and the thing about being on Twitter too, it's teaching me to be a little more respectful to people that I disagree with, because Twitter doesn't put up with that shit. You will get shut down. All somebody has to do is report you and you go down quick. You'll get it right back if you didn't break their violation. But they're really fucking stern about that bullshit. New Mexico, down to NZT, dude. Gonna mix it with a Diego. Diego, you're funny. Yeah, man, I want some NZT in my fucking dabs, bro. Bernie supporter. I'm concerned he believes the intelligence communities are known liars. You're concerned that he thinks the intelligence communities are known liars? Bro, they lied us into 9/11, GUWOP 006. They lied us into 9/11. Did you forget about that already? Did you forget about that? Yeah, the intelligence communities definitely lie. Have you ever heard of the military-industrial complex, GUWOP? It's the intelligence communities that fuel that for the military-industrial complex. They lie repeatedly so that we will go over and we will keep bombing these countries to keep that military-industrial complex lubed well and running like a well-oiled machine. How could you not know that, GUWOP 006? GUWOP 006, you need to start watching me all the time, bro. You definitely need to be enlightened a little bit. Because I'm a Bernie supporter too, man. But if you don't think the intelligence community lies, bro, we're going to definitely have some educating to do on you. So please stick around. All right. No law regarding cannabis, everybody. Cheers. No law regarding cannabis. Say it one time. NLRC. Cheers. Dude, Bernie doesn't believe the intelligence community. Are you kidding me? Why do you think Bernie believes the intelligence community? You mistyped what you said? What makes you think he believes the do you think he believed the 9/11 conspiracy that got us into 9/11? I'm sorry. I'm saying that got us into Iraq war. I'm saying 9/11. I'm sorry. That he believes that 9/11 conspiracy that got us into the Iraq war. You think that he still believes that Saddam Hussein did 9/11 like our intelligence agencies said they did? GUWOP. GUWOP, I just love it when people engage me in conversation, and yet you have no idea what you're talking about, do you? You've got no facts to back up what you're saying. Bernie parroted Trump's talking points on Venezuela to TOO. His domestic policy is top notch. We got to shape up his foreign policy. Okay, well, hey, GUWOP, I agree. Bernie could use some help on his foreign policy. I totally agree with you. And, did you ever think that, I don't know what Trump's talking points on Venezuela were. I don't know what his talking points were. You would have to tell me what those points were, and then you would have to show me Bernie Sanders parroting them. So if you can't show me that, I'll still, I don't believe Bernie Sanders ever parrots Donald Trump. But, you know, if Donald Trump looks up at the sky and says it's blue, and Bernie Sanders parrots Donald Trump, that's no big deal, is it? So, like I said, I'd have to know what Trump's Venezuela stance is. And then I'd have to hear Bernie parrot it. You know? Bush said he had weapons of mass destruction, not that he was responsible for 9/11. Right. Bush was lied to, though. By who? Our intelligence community. Right? But he mistyped that, or I misread it, one or the other. Him and I are on the same page. You know, Bernie's foreign policy isn't the best, but he could get a vice president who has really good foreign policy. And that could, you know, balance out the team, so to speak. Jennifer Cortez says, "Fuck Donald Trump." I agree with you, Jennifer. Bush said that he had weapons of mass. Okay, dude, the DNC cheated Bernie and he blamed the Russians. That's crazy. I know. It was crazy. I was, you know, we can nitpick about Bernie Sanders all day, bro. I fell out of like with him a couple times as well. And that was one of the things I had a problem with Bernie Sanders too. Was when Hillary Clinton and the DNC fucked him out of that primary, and then he comes out and supports Hillary Clinton. Man, it fucking broke my heart to have to go through that. It broke my heart. And, you know, luckily 2 years have passed and I'm over that shit. And I realize that I can't nitpick over Bernie Sanders when I know that he's the best thing for this country. He's the best thing for the most amount of people. He's going to bring comfort to the most amount of people. And that's all that matters to me. You know, I'm not going to nitpick over, oh, he said Russia did this, or, oh, the intelligence community, or, oh, he said something that Donald Trump said, or, you know, get past it. If you said you support Bernie, then fucking support Bernie, man. Be like a Trumper. You know, be like a Trumper, dude. Learn something from a Trump supporter. Ignore all the bullshit. Look at the good. Realize the good way outweighs the bad. And then fucking lie through your fucking teeth about them. Just like they do. Fuck them. You know, fuck them. You don't have to be pointing out all of his bad points to everybody. You know, like when people are, oh, he had a heart attack. Oh, he had a... Shut the fuck up. So what? You know, plenty of people have heart attacks and go on to live their fucking lives out. You know, I had a friend that had a heart attack when he was fucking 35 years old. He's still going strong. And he's 51 years old now. Yeah, well, goo-wop, you going around the internet pointing out all the problems with Bernie, that's not helping his cause. What you need to do is 100% back Bernie now, goo-wop. That's what you gotta do. You need to stop worrying about the little shit that you don't have any control over, because you're not going to change his foreign policy. You're not going to change, you know, that he parroted Donald Trump, or you're not going to change this, or you're not going to change that. You're not going to change a fucking thing. But you could be backing Bernie now, bro. 100%. You know? No. You know what? Fucking all's fair in love and war, goo-wop. And the Donald Trump's been lying forever. And you know what? If you want to lie, you can lie too. It's not going to bother me one bit. When the mainstream media misrepresents Donald Trump, or when a pundit that I watch misrepresents Donald Trump, and they literally lie about something he said or did, or the effects that he said, I laugh at it. I think he deserves that. He brings it on himself. I'm not the one telling the lie. I'm not a liar. But you know what? He deserves to be lied about. And if anybody wants to lie to hurt Donald Trump, I 100% support it. Now, the fact that you just said you're not going to lie to support Bernie Sanders, well, I appreciate that. But you don't have to open up your fat fucking mouth about the negative points either, do you? Do you? You got to expose all of his negative points to support him? Is that how you support somebody? You know, my hair's fucking falling out. Is that what you want everybody to know about me? Hey, man, don't watch Trading Days fucking live stream. His hair's falling out. You know, I wouldn't watch him because his hair's falling out. This is what you're doing to Bernie Sanders, bro, right now on my live stream. Do you understand that? Do you see how insidious it is? You say you're a supporter of him, but you want to nitpick every little bad thing that you can think about him. How is that helping him? You're not going to change that. If he's already got your support, if he's already got your vote, great. Go get some more people to vote for him. You know, you bringing up all of his negative shit is doing the exact opposite. Do you understand that, right? Goo up lies. Oh, I love that you just hashtagged that. Psh, unreal. Josh, I didn't say it was better. I didn't say doing the same was better. Are you even fucking listening to my voice, bro? What I said was Donald Trump lies so much that if people lie to steal the election back from him, I'm okay with that. Hey, man, all is fair in love and war. You guys have you never heard that? Have you never heard that fucking saying? Are y'all a bunch of fucking little kids? You never heard all is fair in love and war? That's politics, motherfucker. All is fair. If they get away with it, if they become when George Bush stole the election from Al Gore, hey man, we accepted it. You know why? Because all is fair in love and war. And that's what you need to realize, motherfucker. You need to grow the fuck up, and you need to start acting like an adult, and you need to start playing by adult rules. That's what you need to do. You know? You going around, like I said, exposing all of the bad points that Bernie Sanders has, that's not helping him one bit. No, you said it was better. You said, but doing the same is not better, in my opinion. I was responding to you, dude. And you know what, Josh O'Neill? Go fuck yourself. I'm going to block you. Don't tell me not to nitpick your words. That's all I have to go on, you fucking asshole. Okay? So if you can't express yourself to a point that I understand what you're trying to say, you're useless to me. So that's why you're blocked. All right? Don't fucking tell me what to do on my live stream. I'll nitpick everything you fucking say, because like I said, it's all I have. I have to nitpick your fucking words. You fucking idiot. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's do a dab. Quarter of the hour. Cannabisism tisms for all. Gonna do a dab. Gonna be real good. I smoke definitely second dab of the day. Definitely number 2. Definitely 0.5672 grams. Definitely gonna do a dab. All right, cheers, everybody. No law regarding cannabis. I love when someone says, oh, let's agree to disagree. And I go, no, because I'm right and you're wrong. Agree to that, motherfucker. I mean, let's be honest. If Bernie would just get on the debates and trash the people he's supposed to trash, he'd wrap this up already. He wants to be everyone's friend. Yeah, I agree. I agree. He should be more aggressive in the debates. I agree with you. But, hey, once again, you're pointing out a negative about Bernie Sanders, Guwap. What about all the positive that he wants to do? What about all the experience he has? What about the fact that he fought for civil rights when he was young? That he marched, that he's been arrested, that he goes around and he protests. What about that stuff, bro? What about his activism? What about the amount of respect that he shows other people? What about the fact that he acts like an adult? You know, what about that he speaks beautifully? You know, that he's a great representative. You know, that he's somebody we can get behind, that he's somebody that we can be proud of. What about all that? And you want to talk about he's not trashing people enough for you on the debates? Bro, get off that. Give me, hey, goo up. Give me some positive shit about Bernie. Otherwise, I'm just going to think you're a fucking Trump bot, motherfucker. Do you have anything positive to say about Bernie? Let me hear it. It's the only thing that's about right now that's going to save you. You say you support Bernie. Why? Why do you support Bernie Sanders? I support Bernie Sanders 100%. And I back Bernie now. You know, unlike David Pakman. You know, I back Bernie now. You find it, go, well, if you do the research, you'll find out that Medicare for all is cheaper. You got to do the research. It's cheaper. Bernie's Green New Deal. Bernie did the only one with the real med for all. Yes, he did. There you go. I agree. Said coup in Bolivia happened. Right? Hey, what about his stance on Israel, bro? What about the fact that he wants to take the money that we're giving to Israel every year away from them and give it to the Palestinians that they're fucking brutalizing? The people that they're bulldozing their homes. They're stealing their land. How about that? Bernie's support for the Palestinians. That's a good one, isn't it? Isn't that good foreign policy? It is for me. You know, Bernie wants to do the right thing. He wants to do what's right. He might not 100% all the time get it right, but he's very close to. He's closer than anybody else. And that's the game we should all be playing is, you know, fucking horseshoes, man. Who's the closest to the fucking pin? It's definitely Bernie Sanders. We might not have a ringer, but he's the one that's right there next to the fucking pin. What, David Honey Sr.? What? I like Bernie, I'm what? What, David Honey? You're just fucking with me. You're just fucking with me. You're fucking with me, David Honey Sr. What are you gonna say? Bernie also voted for Gaza bombings in 2014, but his stance is better than Tulsi's, who is second to him. Voted, what are Gaza bombings in 2014? What's that? The IDF attacked 5,263 targets in Gaza. At least 34 known tunnels were destroyed, and 2/3 of Hamas's 10,000 rocket arsenal was used up or destroyed. Between 2,125, 2,310 Gazans were killed, and they don't say how many of those were innocent people. Fucking idiots. 10,895 were wounded, including 3,000. Here we go. 3,374 children, of whom over 1,000 were left permanently disabled. Now, Bernie Sanders spoke out. Check this out. Goo wop. Goo whoop. Goo whoop. He spoke out against that. And I've got it right here. I'm going to bring it up. I'm waiting for the webpage to load right now. Bernie Sanders got it right. Israel did use disproportionate force in Gaza. There you go, buddy. So this is from 2016. It seemed like it might never happen, but after months of sidelined by trivial concerns like income inequality and terrorism, Israel has finally become an issue in the U.S. presidential election. Following Bernie Sanders' instantly notorious interview with the New York Daily News, the Vermont senator and Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton have been quarreling over their allegiance to Israel. Clinton emphasizes her significant pro-Israel credentials, while Sanders promotes a balanced approach that's more critical of Israel. Much of their wrangling revolves around the facts of 2014's Gaza war, which Sanders accusing Israel of reacting disproportionately to rocket attacks carried out by Hamas during its 50-day military campaign. Sanders said the offensive, officially known as Operation Protective Edge, bombed hospitals, schools, and refugee camps, killing nearly 1,500 civilians. He earlier got slammed for erroneously inflating this number in his Daily News interview and wounding thousands while leaving Gaza largely in ruins. Clinton, on the other hand, rejected Sanders' version of events, telling CNN's Jake Tapper, Hamas provokes Israel. So who's right? Was Israel simply exercising the right to defend itself? Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't talk about the vote. But there's one thing you can't deny, bro, and that's that Bernie Sanders came out in 2016 when he was running for president and spoke out against that attack. So, see, even when you sit there and you try to act like you're supporting Bernie Sanders and you say something bad about him, all I had to do was Google it and find out that you're full of shit. You're full of shit. Did you know that? Did you know that that's how Bernie Sanders felt about that? Before you go shooting off your fat fucking mouth on the internet again, dude? You know, with one of your little sideways slant attacks on Bernie Sanders when you're sitting there trying to act like you support him? Go ahead. Give me something else, bro. I got Google right here, motherfucker. And the rest of you watching this, you all have Google too. It'll only take you a couple seconds to ask your fucking computer a question. Go on pro-Israel groups and stick up for Palestinians? No, thank you. Huh. Trust me, bro. I know all about that. And I ain't going anywhere near it. They're taking land that does not belong to them, and it won't stop until USA and other NATO countries stop supplying Israel with weapons, because it's only going to get worse. Mark Andrew Barlow, well said. Thank you for... Mark Andrew Barlow, thank you for listening and participating in this conversation, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. In fact, I'm doing a dab for you, bro. Mark Andrew Barlow, this one is for you. Hitting that orange, bud. That orange is... No law regarding cannabis. Cheers. There's a guy on YouTube. His name's Tom Hartman. T-H-O-M. Tom. T-H-O-M. Tom. If you guys would get on his show and hashtag my stuff on his show, promote the shit out of everything Trendyasdabbers on his show. He is a... he's a left-wing nut, if you ask me. I don't agree with him on everything. But I think there's a lot of people that watch his show that would be better off watching me than watching him. So anybody that could go on Tom Hartman's show and promote me, I would appreciate it. He's such a jack fuck. He's just so fucking stupid, man. Some of the stupid shit that he says. He's a fucking Hillary Clinton supporter. You know, I can't get my mind around that. People supporting Hillary Clinton, just fucking... There's others. You know, you don't have to support her. And there's just other dumb shit that he says. Like, about climate. You know, oh, now all of a sudden he's starting to listen to people about climate. But, you know, a year ago or 2 years ago or whenever it was, when Guy McPherson, and he continually called him Guy McPherson. You know, do you understand that? Somebody comes on your show, literally sits on there and talks to you, and you're literally calling him Guy McPherson, and his name is Guy McPherson? I didn't know what the fuck was going on in his head, why he was doing that. It was like he was poking fun at the man, and he didn't believe anything that he was telling him. And you know, it just went on with all his bullshit, and it's all politics, and now all of a sudden, oh, now he's starting to look at climate again. But you know, he laughed Guy McPherson off of his show basically, and so did Lee Camp. And you know, Lee Camp is someone I want you guys to follow too. He's fucking great. But, you know, he didn't believe Guy McPherson years ago when Guy was the scientist that was telling him, no, this is what's going on. We've already got evidence of it. They didn't want to believe it. Oh, but now that LA's on fire, now they'll fucking pay attention. You know? But it wasn't the voice of a well-respected professor emeritus and scientist on the subject of our extinction. It wasn't good enough to hear it from the guy who studied it for 20 years, you know, and taught classes at college. As soon as I heard it, I was like, well, that just fucking makes sense. What Guy McPherson says just makes sense. You know, this is just common sense. I mean, we were talking about this yesterday, about IQ stuff. Just what IQ kind of... Some of you guys that if you think that you're intelligent and you've got good common sense, then you'd probably be really good on an IQ test. Because IQ is common sense. And if you've never taken an IQ test because you're scared or whatever, you should probably get on the internet and go take a free IQ test just to go see where you're at. You might be a lot smarter than you think you are. You know, it's just basic common sense stuff, and I see that a lot of people that are doing what I do, talking to other people on the internet, they don't seem to be able to figure out that if climate change is real, and if it's as bad as Guy McPherson says it is, the scientist, then politics makes no difference at all. It makes no difference. And planting trees makes no difference. We can't save it. We can't reverse it. But that's if you look at the science. And if you just crunch the numbers like someone like Thunderfoot, the scientist, does on YouTube. It's Thunderfoot with 2 zeros. Thunderfoot, one word, with 2 zeros. It's not 00, it's 00. If you guys can figure that out, if you can figure out how to find Thunderfoot on YouTube, congratulations. It's 2 zeros in the name Thunderfoot instead of 00. And it's on YouTube. His name is Thunderfoot. Okay? I'm telling you this because I've told you about this before, and I know a lot of you just fucking ignore me. But what you need to do is you need to go to YouTube and you need to follow Thunderfoot, and you need to start listening to him, and go listen to what he just said about this 20 million trees project. We're going to plant 20 million trees. Thunderfoot says, you want to offset the carbon that the United States is putting out right now, you need to plant 20 million trees twice a day, every day. And those trees have to be full-grown trees when you put them in the ground. That's the only way you're going to offset the carbon that we're putting out here in the world right now. That's a scientist. That's another scientist. Now, you guys can choose to ignore Guy McPherson, and you can choose to ignore Thunderfoot, but you're not ignoring me. And I'm here fucking telling you that these guys know what the fuck they're talking about. Don't take it from me. Go follow them. You know, follow them on Twitter, but definitely follow Thunderfoot on YouTube. And go watch his videos about the pine beetle. Oh, what do you know? Thunderfoot covered the pine beetle too. The scientist, he covered to talk about climate change, to prove that it's real and irreversible. So, you know, when you're like, nay, you talk all about politics the first half of the show, and then you say politics doesn't matter. Look, guys, there's people out there who are really uncomfortable because of what Donald Trump did. He can make things, this guy, Bernie Sanders, he can make things better for those people. Okay? And for just a few years, that'd be great. But I just want you to realize, you know, it doesn't matter who you put in president of the United States. You could put Guy McPherson and Thunderfoot as president, as vice president of the United States. They're not going to solve climate change, guys. You can put the best people in there. It's not going to work. And we already know that. I know it's hard to understand what's it going to be like, you know, when we're all dying and shit like that. It's hard to understand. Come out to California. Come see what a burned out mountain looks like. Okay? Then put your tent up there. All right? And try to live out there in a burnout forest. You know, and see what that's like. You know, when all the trees are gone, that's basically what it's going to be like. There's not going to be any animals. There's not going to be birds, or there's not going to be a rabbit hopping along that you can kill and cook up for dinner that night. There's not going to be anything. So if you can't get it through your head of what, you know, it's going to be like when everything is dead, when all the vegetation is dead on the planet, and we've got nothing to eat. Go out to a fucking burnout piece of land somewhere. You know, find a couple acres that burned and go set up a fucking tent. And sit there and see how long you can survive. And just imagine that for endless miles. So at least let's try to let the people that are downtrodden, let's let them be a little more comfortable. Let's get them fed. Let's get a roof over these people's heads for the last few years. Let's get a good face on the United States of America, a good representative, so that we don't have to go out looking like a bunch of douchebags, you know, because we could do it right. I mean, we're all going to die, but at least we could feel good about it. And that's why I say politics doesn't matter, but at the same time, if you guys want to feel good about yourselves on the way out the door, you know, help as many people as you can. And the way I see helping the most people I can is through the United States federal government programs. That's the way I see helping the most people that I possibly can imagine. All right, so yes, I saw Hash. What's up, son? I did see Idiocracy, the movie, and it is a very sad commentary of where we are headed. That exact same. Have you ever seen Idiocracy? It's that dystopian, comedic answer to what somebody thought 20 years ago. They looked at where we were headed and said, you know, this could be us in 20 years, and damn if they're not fucking close to where we are today, right? Thriving on ignorance and lies. That's what Idiocracy is all about. It's that we lived long enough in Idiocracy to breed out intelligence. And we became stupid. Well, basically, that's where we are now. It's already started. There's a lot of idiots everywhere. You know, there was a renaissance, man. There was a time when there were people that were designing and inventing and creating, and now we're sitting home playing video games, getting high, watching Trendy Nay on our TV. You know, and that's not going to change. You know, we're not going to suddenly become enlightened. The problem is, at least in Idiocracy, there was time. There was time for that to happen, for people to get so dumb. Years would have had to have passed. But we don't have that. In reality, we're already there, and we've only got 10 years left. We don't have that time. It's the electrolytes, right? Hey, ASC. You trying to start a thing or something? Trying to start a thing? Been a while since I've watched that movie. I love saying that. You trying to start a thing? Man, I want a cup of coffee now. I smell it. Just a splash. Just a splash of coffee. Just a splash of coffee. So, right? It's a conflict. This show is a conflict. It's a contradiction in itself. But unfortunately, it's exactly how I feel. You know, politics doesn't matter. There's only 10 years left. But if Bernie Sanders does get elected president, he can make some people a little bit more comfortable. And I think that at least we'd have a little bit more respect for ourselves. You know? And there is some crazy chance, some microscopic fucking crazy chance that there is some scientist somewhere working that is just about to figure out a solution that will solve the problem we have of heating the planet up. It's possible. I mean, we have come a long way. We have invented a lot of things. Not every last shred of hope is lost, but you should start planning as if it has been. You know? And, you know, Doug, you want to burn the planet down. You know, yeah, Trump 2020. If you want to burn the planet to the ground, if you don't care about other people, then that's the kind of person you are, Doug. And, you know, when we sit here and we talk about how Trump hurts people, literally hurts people, and Bernie Sanders helps people and lifts people up, and then you post on the live stream, at that moment, you literally you post Trump 2020, it really shows me, and I hope it shows everyone else watching, how ignorant and heartless Trump supporters really are. And it's a combination of ignorance and heartlessness that you guys possess. And I don't know how that relates to your personal lives, Doug, but I really do feel sorry for the people that are around you in your personal life. Whether you have kids, family, friends around you, co-workers, whatever. I really feel sorry for them having to deal with you. Yeah, you're subject to your own opinions? No, you mean everyone's allowed to have an opinion? Sure, everyone can have an opinion. And you're welcome to yours. But your timing of coming up to support Donald Trump on my live stream It just says a lot about you. And a lot, you can have an opinion, but you could be like a lot of people on here, like David Honey Sr., who I really don't know where he is. He's got me confused as hell right now. And he could very well vote for Donald Trump. He could be a Trump supporter, but he keeps his fat fucking mouth shut. And Doug, you could learn something from someone like him. You know? Keep your fat fucking mouth shut sometimes. You should consider that. I've got a lot of friends who support Donald Trump. I don't support them, though. Understand that. All right? All right. Happy 7/10. No law regarding cannabis, everybody. Cheers. I'm not mad. Like I said, I'm sad for the people that are around you, bro. What you think that trying to act like you're a couch auction person now, that suddenly that's gonna absolve you? It doesn't. You're a piece of garbage, all right? Whether you support Donald Trump or not, you're a piece of garbage. And I feel sorry for the people that are around. I'm not mad. I mean, you're still here, aren't you? I didn't block you, did I? I don't think Stephen Running likes you, though. You want me to get rid of him, Steve? I will for you, bro. You know I will. Why does my Facebook keep posting the exact same status? Because it goes across 6 channels and you're probably seeing repeats from all my channels. Probably. Jinmin says, ha 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 ha. Quarter of the hour, cannabism, tism for all. Quarter of the hour. Man, I'm still getting over that last dab. Holy shit. I think I've reached my dab limit for the moment. It's reposting that status on my Facebook? I don't know. Maybe it's butt dialing. Where's my phone? Everybody steals elections. Like I said, it's a big boys world. It's an adult world. They cheat, you know? And if they can get away with it, they can get away with it. That's what power's about, man. Oh, right on, ASC. All right, why am I looking? Oh, I'm looking up Facebook. I was like, why am I on my phone again? What now? It's posting statuses. Not on this channel. What channel are you on? Well, Austin, tell me which channel it is. I got 6 channels. What? Tell me the picture. What's the picture look like and the avatar from that channel? It's PSH, Diego. Just so you know, it's not PST. It's PSH. PST. It's PSH TV. PSH. It says it right on his microphone. PSH TV. If you tell me which channel it is, that would be greatly helpful. It's my public figure page. It has 3,000 followers. Oh, that helps. Public figure. Huh. Yeah. Hey, Austin, could you get us a link to it? God, that would help a lot. Just throw up a link. Hey, Lori. He's good. He's sleeping. We got this one sleeping right here. It's me hitting a dab rig. Yeah, that's the channel. That's the channel. But it's a group though. It's a public figure group, right? I gotta go to groups. How do I find my groups on here? About. Maybe it's there. Places. Contact information. Twitter. Other names. It says I'm in a relationship. Let's edit that. I ain't in no freaking relationship. Why does it say that? How do you change it? Oh, there it is. We're single. In a relationship, engaged, married, in a civil union, in a domestic partnership, in an open relationship. It's complicated. Separated, divorced, widowed. Where the fuck is single at? Oh, there it is. I had to scroll one up. Single motherfucker. Single. Okay, good. Will not appear in news feed. Goddamn right it won't. Bitch. I ain't trying to announce that shit. All right. I guess I just did that, didn't I? I could imagine you talking with Alex Jones.
Yeah, well, I talk to Trendy from Trendyasdabbers all the time. Let me tell you, he's always talking about those interdimensional, shape-shifting reptilian aliens that are working in conjunction, of course, with the Chinese and the North Koreans. We've been keeping a close eye on this.
Groups. Here we go. No groups. It's not a group. It's a page. Right? I guess it's a page. I don't see it. I don't see pages. Public. Twitter website. I don't know how to find groups on the web on the phone. I guess I should just type in the word groups. Groups I belong to. Not groups, I said pages. Pages manager. Shit. Oh, pages. Sam Cedar Show. Sam Cedar Show.
Yeah, sometimes I can sound just like Alex Jones, you know. It depends on what we're talking about, of course. I'd like to tell you about my website, of course. Check out prisonplanet.com, and you're going to want to look into that super male vitality, of course. I only take half a pill because it's just so super potent. I can only take half of a dosage. But yeah, that's what gets me going in the morning. Sometimes my wife, she'll come in and yell at me and screaming top of her lungs. Say, honey, calm down. I'm on my super male vitality. And of course, I get on my bicycle and I ride 17 miles to work every day.
You know, that sounds like Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, Beetlejuice.
Yes, that's exactly what it sounds like, Michael Keaton. I'm like, who does that sound like in here?
It's Alex Jones. Alex Jones, the pundit.
He talks like Beetlejuice. Alex Jones and Beetlejuice sound the same. Of course, you know, these interdimensional shape-shifting reptilian aliens that are working in conjunction with the North Koreans. We tunneled down, of course, into Alaska when we got our iodine samples. We got the iodine, and now, of course, it's going to protect you against all forms of radiation, which could possibly infect you in the event of a nuclear attack, or possibly one of these nuclear plants. And these are all over the United States. One of these could go south, and let me tell you, if you're in the area, you're going to wish you had my iodine. It is the purest and the highest quality iodine that we can mine. Of course, we get that deep down in those Alaskan caverns. I've gone down there myself. I've donned the entire the deep sea diving equipment. I've gone down the aqua lung, and I've experienced, I've seen the deep water mining, excavating that we are doing to bring you this product. Of course, you're also going to want to look into our health bars. We've got some fantastic protein bars, and our water filtration systems are impeccable, and they're known around the world. They're keeping entire tribes alive in Africa and other places. You're going to want to look into that. Of course, like I said, you're going to want to get that info at Infowars.com. And of course, you're going to want to check out PrisonPlanet.com. These two websites are vital. Of course, if you want to stay alert and you want to know about everything that, all the conspiracies, of course, we keep you abreast of what your government is doing to you. Is that a new dog? That's my friend's dog. That's her dog.
let me refresh this. Let me refresh the chat. I'm just kind of curious how many people are watching. Are you a Twitter Kepper? Yeah, Kepper, you should get on Twitter, bro, with Karsten and me. Are you on Twitter, bro? Do you tweet, bro? You tweeting, bro? You gonna do some tweeting, bro? You gonna get on Twitter, bro? You gonna get yourself a little tweet, bro? You gonna do some tweeting, bro? You gonna tweet, bro? 42 people, bro. Hey, yo, all 42 people, y'all gonna tweet, bro? Hey, y'all gonna get Twitters, bro? Y'all gonna get the, you gonna get the app, bro? You gonna follow Trendyasdabbers on Twitter, bro? Who's gonna, yo, bro, you gonna follow, yo, Nays on Twitter, he's tweeting, bro. Look at those tweets, bro. He's gonna tweet, bro? What you tweeting, bro? You gonna tweet something, bro? Who you tweeting at, bro? You gonna tweet something, bro? So holy water, and I thought it was a joke. I'd buy that shit. Didn't know those preachers are billion. Oh, you bought holy water. Oh, you bought holy water. Oh my God, that's so funny. Blessed water. Yeah, I get it, Kepper. Baker's on Twitter. Oh, Baker, follow Trendyasdabbers on Twitter, please. Retweet me to everybody. Retweet me to everyone that matters. Retweet me to everyone that I'm tweeting at. I said one here watching. Yeah, there's 42 people watching, bro. Yeah, you got one person watching, bro. We got 42 people watching, bro. We're going across multiple platforms. YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, VK, DLive. We're on LinkedIn, Mixer, Steam, all of those. So that's where we got 42 people watching instead of one. But if you want to know what everybody's saying, all you got to do is look right here. You can see, and you can even see where they are. So Trendyasdabbers everywhere. It's all Trendyasdabbers except on Facebook. That's my real name on Facebook. You thought it was a joke? Holy water. You bought some holy water, bro? Do you even bro? Do you even bro? Do you even you, bro? Do you even do, bro? There, I think I did it. I went through every word. Yo, Joe. You even bro? Titus. No law regarding cannabis. No law regarding cannabis. 2178. 2178. You guys want to hear about 2178? You want to hear the story of 2178? So we've got hoodies and shirts. They say 2178 on them in red. It says hashtag 2178. You might be new and you might not know what that is. So let me explain it to you. I was following Guy McPherson. I still do, as all of you should be following Guy McPherson. And we're talking about our extinction, you know. And part of our extinction, a big part of our extinction, is the rate of extinction. Now, a lot of things that you hear about CO2, you might hear about methane, you hear about the melting polar ice caps, you'll hear about, hopefully you'll hear about global masking, global dimming, you'll hear about, the acidification of the oceans or the way they're filling up with plastic, or you'll hear about these programs that want to plant millions of trees. But they never talk about the rate of extinction. No one's talking about the rate of extinction. So you might ask yourself, well, Nate, what does that even mean? What do you mean the rate of extinction? I mean, isn't it increasing as it's getting warmer, or are the extinction increasing as the oceans are acidifying and getting warmer, or isn't it happening as isn't extinction happening as these fires are burning and taking out entire species of plants and animals? Isn't that what you're referring to? No, that's not what I'm referring to at all. That's a part of it. It's a little part of it. But no, the rate of extinction, it's something that happens here every day. And you need to educate yourselves on it so you understand why we've got these hoodies that say 2178 on them. Okay? What we were talking about earlier, my friend and I were talking about this. We were talking about IQs, you know, and just figuring stuff out with common sense. Well, I thought one day, I said, what is the rate of extinction? You know, how many species do we lose on the planet every day? I was curious. So I thought maybe I would get on Google and I would just ask the question. So I typed into Google, I said, how many species go extinct every day? You know, something like that. And a study from 2011 pops up. These scientists did a study and they wanted to see what the rate, they were curious. Back in 2011, they wanted to see what's the average rate of species that we lose every day. I never thought we lost a species every day. Okay, I never thought that. I thought, you know, maybe next Tuesday something might go extinct, and maybe in a year, you know, 3 other species might be found to be extinct. That's what I thought. And then I found out through that Google and through that study that these scientists have determined that we lose anywhere from 150 on the low side to 200 species of plant, insect, and animal every day. And that could be something in the ocean. It could be a bacteria. And let's say that again. The study from 2011 said that back in 2011, the rate of extinction was between 150 and 200 species every single day. And I thought to myself, man, that doesn't sound right. That is a really high number. How could that possibly be? So then I thought to myself, well, how many total species do we even have on the planet? How many species do we even have on the planet? What are you talking about? Rob, look, let me just block you, dude. Am I just going to block you? What are you talking about? Yeah, Rob. Yeah, I thought, you know, if you're going to come in here and say some stupid shit like that, I'm just going to block you. So, listen, I'm going to give you one chance to take back what you said about some stupid laser weapon. I'm assuming that you're trying to be funny. And if you're trying to be funny, let me know. It's not funny. And I won't block you. But if you really believe what you just said about laser weapons experimenting starting Cali fires, if you believe that, let me know that too. And let me get back to what I was talking about. So I was curious at this point, how many total species do we have on the planet? If we're losing between 150 and 200 a day, what's the total amount of species that we have on the planet? So I Googled that. What's the total amount of species on the planet? And Google came back with a figure, big number, 8.7 million. We were talking about common sense before, just basic common sense, IQ, doesn't take a lot. If you have regular common sense, something like this should be really basic and easy for you to figure out. I was curious about it, so I thought, well, let me just do the math. So, right. Rob, you're an idiot, and I'm not going to block you. Go ahead and Google the extinction topic. That's the only reason you're going to stay. Okay? But it's not for real, and there's no laser research fucking that started fires in California. You're an idiot for even believing that. I live out here, homie. Okay, that's not what started the fires. You realize that when there's a fire, they actually go with experimenting some fucking whatever. You're an idiot for even thinking that. Okay? It's not. Well, you know, Tommy, because you have a fake name, I'm going to block you. Not because you said Trump 2020, which I support you. And if you support Trump 2020, go ahead. but you had a fake name. So fake people aren't welcome here. All right, so back to where I was. 8.7 million species total. And I said, wait, we lose 150 to 200 species a day. If we only have 8.7 million species total, then can't you just do the math and figure out how much time we have exactly before all species will be extinct off the planet? Yeah. Yes. Yes. You can. You can do it. All you need is a calculator. So I clicked on start and I clicked on calculator and I typed in 8,700,000 into my calculator. And I divided that by I took 150 and I multiplied it by 365. And I got the number 54,750 a year. Right? So I divided that by 54,750 and it came out to 158.9. And that simple math that I just did determined that we have 159 years, give or take, before complete extinction on the planet. So I took 159 and I added it to 2019. And it comes up 2177.9. So 2178, roughly, is the last year that there could ever be life on this planet, because it's all going extinct. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking a bunch of things right now. Oh this, oh that, oh this, oh that. Hear me out. Because before you start trying to out-reason this, understand that that number that leads us to 2178, that does not include climate change. That does not include accelerated rate of extinction. It's known as cascading extinction. When one species goes extinct and then two more species go extinct because they were eating that one, and so on and so forth. Right? That does not account for that. Are you with me so far? Did you stick with me on it? So we say 2178 to get your attention, because even that's unbelievable. Even that's shocking, especially if you've got kids and they're having kids. 2178 is shocking. You're thinking, wait, 21, it's 2019 right now. That's in 100. That's not even 2 lifetimes. Right. So your grandkids won't have full lives. But wait. That's at 2178. That's without cascading extinction. That's without climate change. That's without the heating up of the planet. That's without considering the acidification of the ocean. That's without considering all the plastic we're still pouring into the ocean. That's without considering all of the pollution we're putting up in the sky and all of the forests that we're burning down. It doesn't even consider any of that. That is just a straight number. And what Kepler said is something else you want to consider. What do you do when a species like the bee, when it's their turn to go extinct? What do you do then? Because then you start thinking, wait, sure, we can pollinate our vegetables. We can figure that out. What's going to pollinate the fucking all of the flora and fauna out there in the woods where the deer are, where the rabbits are, you know, where the squirrels are, and where everything that anybody who likes to hunt gets their meat from. What's going to pollinate all the woods? And then you're going to have a massive die-off. And everyone who thinks, oh, I'm going to hunt, I'll be okay because I'll be hunting, I'll be living off the land, and that's only going to work for so long. In this scenario, 10 years is a long time. And it's looking today like 10 years is not it either. So we went from 100, and what was it? 100 and, I can't remember. 159 years or something like that. It's down to like 10 or less. So even if you thought that this was something we could somehow avoid, you know, even if they figure out how to stop this, the heating up of the planet, this extinction rate is not going to slow down. It's going to speed up. It's going to get out of control. And we cannot survive without other species. That's a fact. Human beings need, if we're not preying off of each other, we need other species to survive. That's a fact. So you start working on that problem in your head, and maybe you can figure it out. Maybe you can solve what's beyond me. I don't see a solution. So when I tell you what 2178 means, I want you guys to remember that whole story, because that is the story behind 2178. And it ain't 2178, but that will get the conversation started. Just remember the math. If you remember 150 species go extinct every day, and you remember that we only have 8.7 million species on the planet, and you know they say they discover 50 species every day, supposedly, you still do the math, we're still fucked. Because the species they're discovering aren't wheat, rice, barley, corn, you know, some new heat-resistant tomato that will grow all over the globe. Those aren't the species that they're discovering. You know, they're discovering a new bacteria. They discovered a new bird. They discovered a lizard. You know, they discovered something that lives deep in the ocean. That's what those are. Those aren't things that are going to change our lives. And they're all going to go extinct too. You know, they're all in line. We just hadn't discovered them yet. They're all in line to go extinct too. You can see it locally. You can see it globally. And if you don't, you're blind. Okay? I mean, just look at the insect population is down to 50% from the 60s. That's got to get you thinking. Wait, what eats insects? What eats the things that eat insects? What eats the things that eat the things that eat insects? And what eats the things that eat the things that eat the things that eat insects? Start thinking about it that way. You know, you ever had a bird? You ever eaten a chicken before, guys? You think chickens eat insects? You goddamn right they do. Like I said, this is IQ stuff, really basic IQ stuff. Okay? It's common sense stuff. And you guys probably are pretty good at it too. Go ahead and get yourselves IQ tested. Find out where you're at. You know? You might be able to contribute a little bit more than what you thought. Sometimes the dumbest, stupidest suggestion could be the one that solves the problem. And it could be this could be it too. In this case too, it could be something stupid that no one thought about yet. Hey man, why don't we just do this? You know, oh, so the sun's heating up the planet? Oh, okay, well, I got an idea. Why don't we just do this? You know, it'd be great. It'd be great. So I'm with you on trying to figure it out. Just be prepared for the worst, you know? Be prepared for the worst. All right, guys? I will see you later. I hope you enjoyed the show today. Take care. No law regarding cannabis. Well, Tay Cucci, that's a great question. He says, should we just ride this baby till the wheels fall off and say fudge it? It's basically all we can do. And what I say is, the other thing we can do is we can vote for Bernie Sanders and at least go out with some dignity. You know? That's what I want to do. I want to go out with some dignity. I want to feel like we did the right thing. So back Bernie now, guys. Hashtag back Bernie now, so at least we got a little self-respect in the last few years that we got. All right? Okay. All right. Bye, guys. I hope you all had fun. Okay. Bye. Cinderella wave on the Disney float. No law regarding cannabis. You guys like this show, don't you? Get on Twitter. Follow Trendyasdabbers on Twitter, guys. It's AS Dabbers. Trendy ASDABBERS. Go find, get on Twitter, download it, find Trendyasdabbers, follow Trendyasdabbers, and start retweeting me at everybody. All right? Do it. Impress me. Don't forget to tweet me at these people that I'm asking you to tweet me at too. Tweet my tweets at Jimmy Dore, at Jordan Sheridan, Michael Brooks, Kyle Kalinsky, Ron Placone, Lee Camp, John Oliver, Steve Colbert, Joe Rogan, Michael Angelo Signorelli, which is M Signorelli on Twitter, and Dean Abidallah. Definitely Dean Abidallah. I love him. He's fucking awesome. So tweet my tweets at Dean Abidallah. Definitely don't forget to tweet empty Trump podiums anytime anybody's wasting time talking about Trump. Hashtag empty Trump podiums all over Twitter, guys. Make them talk about Bernie. Then tell them, say hashtag empty Trump podiums, hashtag back Bernie now, hashtag Bernie 2020. Okay? Okay. Bye, guys.